The Michael Myers fanatic is back to review another movie, Carrie, the 2013 version. I guess this is another reboot. How many times has this movie been rebooted anyway? I've lost count. But this is the 2013 incarnation of it. And it stars Chloë Grace Moretz as Carrie White and Julianne Moore as Margaret White, the mother of Carrie White. Julianne Moore played on As the World Turns, the soap opera that was canceled in 2010. The movie opens up with the camera panning up to the bedroom, and Margaret White happens to be at home alone, and she's having a baby. And the baby, who we come to know as Carrie White, comes out by itself. I want to point out the fact that Margaret White is a religious fanatic, as they say. I thought I was the only fanatic around here. I don't like that. Don't use that term. I'm the only fanatic around here. But getting back to the movie, Carrie White's mother has the baby on her own, and she perceives it to be a demon child because she has it on her own without the help of a doctor. She wants to kill the baby, but then she changes her mind, allowing Carrie to live. And Carrie is this shy girl, doesn't have a lot of friends. She holds her head down when she walks. I don't get that. And she slumps over when she walks. Very poor posture. She'll get scoliosis like that. She gotta learn how to stand up straight. She's walking around the school, nobody likes her, they're all laughing at her, calling her freak and all this stuff. Now this is the part that I don't get. She's in the shower with the other girls, and blood comes from her lower area, from the vaginal area. She's screaming, "I'm bleeding," or something to that effect. She doesn't know it's her period. And then at this point, since it's the 2013 edition of the movie, they all have cell phones in this version, and they all take pictures of her and take videos, and they're all planning to upload it. But then the gym teacher comes in and stops the whole thing, and the gym teacher's name happens to be, wow, I can't even pronounce her name, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Her name is Rita Desjardins, and she's played by Judy Greer. She finds out that they did this to Carrie, and Carrie's escorted to the principal's office after Miss Desjardins slaps her. I don't really get that. How can you slap a student? Are you allowed to do that? I don't think you are. I think that's assault, but maybe I'm overthinking it. I'm guessing that she lived a sheltered life, because I'm thinking to myself, how can you not know what a period is? Who doesn't know that? What girl doesn't know that? I don't get that. But they explain it to her. She goes home, probably tells her mom about it. Yeah, the gym teacher, Miss Desjardins, punishes them by making them run laps or do some kind of weird running exercise. And a couple days later, this guy comes up to her and he asks her to the prom. Tommy Ross, and he's played by Ansel Elgort. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. He asks her to the prom. She reluctantly agrees to go. I'm assuming that it's a setup. And I also wanted to point out the fact that her mom is really abusive, because she always locks her in this closet that she calls the praying closet. And she tells Carrie, "Oh, you should pray and ask for forgiveness." Well, quite frankly, the Michael Myers fanatic thinks that she should pray and ask for forgiveness for being a nutcase, because that's what she is. She's weird. She needs to pray for a brain, a better working brain is what she needs. She locked Carrie in there. Eventually she let Carrie out, but by the time she let her out, she was all weak. As I stated, she agrees to go to the prom. with this guy Tommy. When they get there, as I told you, it was a setup. The whole thing was a setup. They killed a pig to get blood from the pig, and I want to say this, that pig was so cute. I don't understand why they had to do that. Such a cute pig. Why couldn't they just get blood from something uglier, like a cow or something? I don't know, or anything other than the pig. Don't hurt the pig. The pig was cute, but they got the blood from the pig nonetheless, and they set the blood on top of the curtain, and they have it rigged so that when she pulls it, or when she bumps into it or whatever, can bring the bucket of blood down on her. I guess I'm jumping the gun here because I did forget a scene where they show Carrie crying. She's sitting in this dark locker room, I'm guessing it is, and the teacher, Miss Desjardins, was comforting her and telling her that everything's gonna be alright. Miss Desjardins was always in Carrie's corner, and I'm guessing that's why Carrie didn't kill her when she went on her bloody rampage. If you notice, she didn't kill Miss Desjardins. She picked her up and set her aside. Because I was wondering when I saw this movie, I was like, is she gonna kill the one person that actually gave a crap about her? But she didn't kill her, so that was a good thing. She finds out that it's a setup because they yank on the rope and the blood comes tumbling down all over her dress. A dress that she had made herself. Now her mother warned her about this, saying the iconic line, "They're all gonna laugh at you, they're all gonna laugh at you." Her mom tried to stop her from going, but Carrie went online and looked up how to use her powers, and she learned how to control it and use her powers at will instead of at these involuntary little outbursts. So when she did this, she locked her mom in the closet and she says, "Mama, I'm going to this party and you can't stop me." She goes to the party or to the prom or whatever it was, I really don't care. She went there and they dropped the blood on her. Of course I knew this was coming because it's the same film that I've seen 100 times. It's just a remake or a reboot or a rehashing, a regurgitation, whatever you want to call it. And she goes crazy. She starts killing everybody in the school. I think 2 of the people that orchestrated the attack on Carrie tried to drive away, and they thought they were getting away. Carrie killed them both by making them crash into nothing. The Michael Myers fanatic has got to admit that that's completely original, because the Michael Myers fanatic in all of his years of being on this planet Earth have never seen anything like that. Apparently you can get killed with nothing. They can kill you with nothing. I mean, is that what we do in the hood now? We kill people with things that aren't even there? We make people crash into invisible walls? Is that the new thing? Is that what's hot on the streets? I guess so. But apparently these 2 jabronis are driving down the street and they just know for sure that they're going to get away. But no, Carrie says, no, not today. A blood-soaked, angered Carrie is walking down the street, and she makes them crash into nothing. She goes home and she says, "Mama, you were right." Her mom, of course, hugs her and consoles her. Meanwhile, she's got a knife behind Carrie's back, and that just brings a whole new meaning to the term "stab you in the back." And while she's about to do this, she's pretending to hug her, pretending to console her. She's saying the Lord's Prayer. She stabs Carrie once in the back. Next thing you know, Carrie takes the knife out. She uses her magical powers to take the knives and throw them at her mother. She nails her mom to the wall. Her mom ends up dying. The next thing you know, the girl named Sue, who tormented her earlier in the film, Sue is played by Gabriella Wilde. Sue comes there to try to see what's going on because she has a moment of remorse. Carrie's telling her, I killed my mom. I can't go back with you. I can't be helped. I can't be saved. So Carrie uses her magical powers to throw Sue out of the house. She basically commits suicide. She brings the house down on herself. The only people that lived is Miss Desjardins and Sue. She passed the curse, or whatever you want to call it, on to Sue. And now Sue has a baby of her own. And the baby is supposed to end up being like Carrie. And she goes to visit Carrie's grave. But basically the movie's over. They have written on Carrie's tombstone, burn in hell. Or she's burning in hell or something. So let me get this straight. Throughout the whole movie, those jabronis tormented Carrie. And they're telling her to burn in hell because she finally snapped and killed them all. It's called snapping, people. It happens. When you keep pushing someone, you keep pushing them and pushing them and pushing them, eventually they're going to snap. That's what happens. It's not unusual. How are you calling Carrie evil when they're the ones that tormented her? She just finally went over the edge. But she's evil? No, I don't think so. So the guy that made this movie, I think his name is... Wait, Stephen King made it. And Brian De Palma directed it. I got it correct now. And Stephen King's logic makes no sense. I'm sorry for all the fans in the group, Stephen King lovers, but it makes no sense. Get mad all you want to. This movie made no sense when it came to that. Of course she's gonna kill people after being tormented for years and years. I'm guessing this went on years. It wasn't just starting now. But anyway, it was a good movie, except for the logic of Carrie's murderous rampage at the end of the film. I really enjoyed it. I'm the Michael Myers fanatic. I approve this message. Carrie, starring Chloë Grace Moretz as Carrie White and Julianne Moore as Margaret White. It was released in October of 2013, October 18th to be exact. Carrie from 2013. Thank you very much.